Hello, Mr. Brummett here, and I wanted to talk to you because we've had some questions with regards to the tournament that's coming up on November 22nd. Just to remind you, the tournament is at Trinity Academy, and that's in Kankakee. All the information for how to get there and stuff like that is on tristartournament.com. But I wanted to answer some questions that a lot of parents are having. Number one is that this tournament is only for kids, and it's only for either little ninjas or children that are in our beginners, intermediate, advanced, and junior black belt classes. Why are we not utilizing black belts or letting black belts do it or let adults do it? Right now, I just wanted to focus in on just the kids. We don't always get an opportunity to be able to perform in a tournament setting here at the studio, meaning in a competition setting. And so this is going to give your child the opportunity to be able to do that. Now, why would that be important? Well, they're going to be able to turn it on, meaning that they're going to be able to give everything that they got at the tournament, and then also be in competition with other individuals. Now, I know that there's some slight competition with regards to belt sparring or, and I'm talking beginners and intermediate, advanced, junior black belt right now, but belt sparring and then the regular sparring inside the classes, but not with forms and not with weapons forms and not in an overall tournament setting. So let's talk about who can come to the tournament. The little ninjas can come to the tournament, so that's ages 3, 4, 5, and they have their own event. So what will be happening in that event is they will actually learn some moves in the ring while they're there that day, and then have to show those moves again. Now, the Little Ninja event is $25. Every single Little Ninja will receive a trophy. There are no first, second, and third places in that event. Everybody that attends that event that are Little Ninjas will receive a trophy. The other events are the beginners, intermediate, advanced, and junior black belt events. And let's talk about the beginners. The beginners class obviously is the first belt, 3 belt levels, white, yellow, and orange. And you have an opportunity to be able to do 2 different events. You can do belt sparring and then also forms. Let's talk about forms. What are forms? Forms are what we consider your form in the beginners class is your kickboxing combination. So for white belts, that's your jab, your cross, your hook, and your uppercut. For yellow belts, that's of course the jab, cross, hook, uppercut, elbow, elbow, round kick, and then the orange belts, the whole kickboxing combination. So what you would do is you would walk into the ring, and a child's going to walk into the ring, they're going to perform that belt combination, they're going to get that kickboxing combination, and they'll get a score for that. The individuals with the highest scores will receive either the first, second, or third place trophies. So that's the forms aspect for the beginners class. Belt sparring, well, you all know what belt sparring is. That's where they tie the belt around the back and they're going to score points. Their goal is to get up to 5 points, first person to 5 wins, or whoever has the most points at the end of 2 minutes. And again, for beginners in that range, the white, yellow, and orange, there is a first, second, and third for sparring as well. Now let's move on to the intermediate, advanced, and junior black belt. You have 3 different categories that you can choose from. Oh, by the way, you don't have to do all of them. If you only want to do one, that's fine. If you want to do all of them, that's fine. It's $30 to do the tournament, whether you do one event or whether you do all the events that are allowed inside of your belt rank. So intermediate, advanced, junior black belt. You have forms, weapons forms, and then also sparring. So your forms are either your TriStar Form 1, 2, or Psi, depending on your belt level. Your weapons forms would be what you learn in leadership, and then sparring is you put on sparring gear and you spar. Now, in order to to gain points, you get first, second, and third get points. So first place gets 10 points, second place gets 7 points, third place gets 5 points. At the end of the day, whoever has the most points will win the Grand Champion Trophy. And I'll talk about that in just a second, because you might be thinking if you're a beginner, if your child's a beginner, they only have 2 events and there's no way that they could win a Grand Champion Trophy. And that's not necessarily true. And I'll tell you from personal experience in just a second. So what you need to do is you need to be able to just go to tristartournament.com. That's singular, tristartournament.com. All this information is there. You can sign up on there. Or if you want to, print this out or ask for one of these sheets here, we can certainly help you fill that out at the desk. Just talk with Melissa. But I have the ring assignments scheduled so that all you have to do is show up a half an hour prior to your ring starting. And each ring will probably take about a half an hour to 45 minutes at most. 45 minutes at most. And then you certainly can stay all the way to the end at 11:15 when we do the presentation for the Grand Champion Trophy. But if you don't want to, you don't have to stay. You can certainly leave. So, personal experience, how I won Grand Champion, and I did 3 events, but I was disqualified in one of the events. So I had done my forms competition, and I got first place. Then I did my weapons competition, and I dropped my weapon. Well, when you drop your weapon, you're automatically disqualified. So I was disqualified in that event, so I got 0 points. Then I went to my sparring competition, and I won that one. And so I had 2 first places, and the points that I accumulated out of the 2 first places allowed me to be able to have the most points, and I won the Grand Champion Trophy. So you can win just by getting first place in 2. Heck, depending on how everybody else does, you could get 3rd place in all of your events, depending, and still win Grand Champion. So if you have questions with regards to the tournament, please ask. You can ask Melissa, you can ask any of the instructors, but don't miss this opportunity for your child to be able to do a tournament, especially a tournament set up in such a way that they could have a positive experience. Unfortunately, a lot of times that you go to a tournament, there are negative experiences that happen at tournaments. Be bad attitudes from other people from other schools, or other parents from other schools, or even other judges from other schools. And this would be an opportunity for your child to, if they've never done a tournament before, to be able to do it in such a positive setting, because we are going to treat them just like we treat them in class. Also, you need to register. Number one, if you're a parent of a little ninja, you got to register by the 14th. After the 14th, there are no registrations for little ninjas at all, and so you got to register by the 14th. It's $25. $5 per spectator fee is good until the 14th, but then after that, it goes back to the $10 per spectator. And then the beginners, intermediate, and advanced, it's $30 until the 14th. After the 14th, it moves to $40, and then if you want to sign up the day of the event, it's $50. Spectator fee still is $5 for you all the way up until the 14th, and then after the 14th, then it moves to $10. Of course, the day of the event, it's $10 as well. So make sure that you guys sign up online. See Melissa if you have any other questions, or talk to me or any of the instructors at the studio, and we can help you with that. I hope that answers a lot of the questions that people have had with regards to the upcoming tournament.